Hola.
It's this dang rain. I love this rain. It's so quiet. I actually woke up I had the window open next to me and I was
Mhm.
actually getting rained on. That's what woke me up. So I was
And
like,
you're like, am I outside?
but I was like, holy shit, it's 10:30. Oh my God, these girls are going to kill me.
No, that's okay. I was late because I was on a call and then I said, well, I'm gonna see if I can get 15 more minutes. Now, Elizabeth's always on time.
I know. So Elizabeth, you need to crack your whip and get us our two asses in gear because you are never late. That's such a great attribute for you.
I mean, as long as I don't have to be somewhere else, usually, I would say sometimes, I think there might have been one or two times I've been late, but usually I'm on time.
Okay, 2 minutes after the hour is not late. Because if you want to call that late, but this one's always on time. But it's
I
okay.
know.
It's
She needs to rub off a little bit on us.
we can't be all things for all people now.
That's what makes us different.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, the reason I wanted to do this channel is because when we are together, I have such an amazing time, and I think we all have something to share. I think we're funny. I crack us up. So, I think let's share our skills with other people and
I
see
agree.
how funny we really are.
I agree. I agree. I think sometimes too, even in the midst of when we're having some kind of an issue or something negative is happening, we still try to find a way to kind of make light of it and still laugh. And like even this morning, like even feeling like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. But then I was like, what? I'm not going to miss an opportunity to hang out with my girls. Except that I was late. Monica was missing.
I had to show you up. Sorry.
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth,
what about you?
you're so quiet today.
I know, right? She's just being a little quiet girl over there. Why were you interested in jumping on here and joining our craziness?
Because I get to spend time with you guys. Like, you already had a dream of having your own podcast.
Yeah.
So, if I can be included in your dream, why not? And I love hanging out with you two. So, I mean, no,
We're a little quirky. We add spice to your life, Elizabeth.
you do add spice to my life, and I need a little spice. I don't know. I just work, come home, work and more. Work if I work.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes you got to take a break from all that.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some area of expertise that I have. Like, I think I would call myself a little bit of maybe not so much expert, but I'm very knowledgeable in travel. You know,
You
That
are.
you are. You're the cruise queen.
yep, I'm knowledgeable in um, surviving single motherhood.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You got a lot to contribute.
yeah. So I like to
There's
do.
always that misconception that, you only have knowledge depending on your age or the stage of your life, or you can only contribute if you've gone through this. But the reality is, you could be a 15-year-old with as much to share as a 60-year-old. So, I know that for Monica and I, being that we're a little bit older than you, I sometimes feel like, I wonder if she even wants to be hanging around us old ladies. But I learned so much from you, and I feel like we have this dynamic, like this sisterhood.
I mean, look, it's how many years? It's been what, a year and a half or 2 years that the three of us have?
2 years.
Two?
It's
Two
been,
years.
It was
yeah,
two in October that the
yeah.
three of us.
hmm And then I've
And
known a little bit longer,
Hmm.
but we didn't start really connecting for about 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was at a conference, and I think that's where you and I, because I seen you sitting by yourself, and I'm like, no, come sit with me.
Sure did. I'm sitting at a table at lunchtime, and all these people are there, and I'm just sitting by myself with my laptop. And then she comes over, she says, "Are you waiting on somebody?" I was like, "No, I'm just having lunch." She said, "No, get your stuff and come on." And she made me come over and sit at the table with her. And then we got to
Yeah.
talking about, getting together. And she told me about you and Elizabeth and Monica meeting. And I think there was one other girl. And I was like, well, I want to join. Yeah, if you guys don't mind. Monica didn't
Well,
want me to join. Tell the truth, Elizabeth.
I I'm gonna say, I was just gonna say, thank God for Elizabeth because we probably never would have gotten this group together. But when she told me, I was like, I had no clue about
Uh-huh.
you other than listening on meetings. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Am I gonna have to watch what I say? Crap, it's the opposite. I can say whatever I want at any time. Not even first impressions. It was just something I put in my head, which was nowhere near what I originally was thinking. So thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you for Maritza for being who you are because I love it.
I love to see how much the two of you actually have in common and how strong your relationship is with each other.
And such a you would think that, Monica would have been like, she's a little off. I don't want to deal with her. But she's
I
like,
love
oh,
it.
she's
The more off you are, the funner it is.
fine. I think that that comes from dealing with so much negative energy growing up that I purposefully try to have a good time out of any scenario. I'll give you an example. Like last night, I'm talking to my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, and she was like telling me about this happened and that and this dilemma. And everything she was saying, I would just like throw some sarcastic remarks. She's like, Mama, do you ever take anything serious? I was like, no, because if we take it seriously, then we have to process it. We have to work on it. We have to talk about it. I said, so if you just kind of make light of it, then you can just deal with it better. And then I was telling her how I met with a doctor a couple weeks ago. I had to go and do a new evaluation to get a new therapist. We all need therapy. I have a therapist. And the therapist was asking me a question, and she was so serious. And I was trying to be funny, but I don't think it was funny for her. She's like, so tell me, do you ever feel like hurting someone out of anger? Or, do you ever
Every day.
yeah, yeah, my husband. You know how many times I want to kill my husband, but I know I can go to jail for that. And she's writing, and I'm like, I was kidding, and she's like, so tell me more about that feeling.
I mean, that is just natural marriage relationships, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
I would think, but she was like, and I was okay with her writing. It was when she started typing that I was like, oh, she's gonna be on my
Now
permanent record.
she's getting serious.
Yeah.
She's probably texting the psych hospital saying, I got one. She's coming. I'm sending one over. Be
I'm
ready.
sending one over. She's on her way. She
I
looked
mean,
a little nervous. She sat up straight and was like,
She's like watching her back.
yeah, you got to be careful certain things you say to certain people.
I was trying
Mm.
to be funny, but I don't think it was funny at the right time. And I was telling my granddaughter about it, and she's like, yeah, that was the wrong time. It could have ended up really bad. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yep, it could have.
And
So
some people just don't have a sense of humor.
they don't. They don't. And that's
I
sad.
can get you out. Don't worry. I'll put me in the room next to you.
Then Elizabeth's got to
We'll
get it.
both. I know. We'll both be Elizabeth. Come get.
But you have to have fun. You have to laugh. I know we've all been through some really serious traumatic experiences, but I think we've also always, I find that in the short period of time I've known you ladies, that you have this strength of how to be able to, you know, elevate from that. And that's what I love. I think that's what connects the three of us so well. That even though we've been through things, we've always learned how to elevate ourselves and elevate others around us. So I'm hoping that's what we can do with this, bringing this to an audience that really needs to hear, hey, it's going to be all right. Shit happens. Let's work through it.
And that they're not alone, that people have gone through some of the things that they're going through, and that maybe we can tell them, like, it's going to be okay. These were our experiences, and maybe they can learn, maybe even from our mistakes, if we can, identify what our mistakes were in certain situations.
I agree.
Mistakes.
All
I
right.
show up late to taping.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll have a couple little bloopers there showing Miss Monica's chair waiting, the hot seat waiting for her. But, it is what it is, and we have to learn from it. So Elizabeth's going to start holding us accountable. We're gonna get a call from Elizabeth at 7 o'clock in the morning. Hey, we've got a
Oh.
meeting at 10. Get your asses out of
Yeah,
bed.
get in the
And then she'll
shower.
call back. She'll call back an hour later. Get up! I know you're not.
No, she's funny because she texted me this morning and she's like, make sure you eat breakfast. Like, she didn't want no hiccups. Like, eat breakfast, get ready. Don't come on here talking about, I got to get off because I'm hungry.
Or eating while we're taping.
I mean, there may be instances where we might be eating something while we're taping.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be lots of those. Especially when we go on trips. If we are taping while we're on trips, those will be exciting.
Those will be fun. Those will definitely be fun. Monica, so I know that you and I explored the name of the show, and then we had Elizabeth thinking about some names, and we threw out all these crazy different names in there. I think one of them we talked about the squirrels, another we talked about some crazy, crazy names to the show. But do you want to share how we just came up with the Yup, We Said It title and what the purpose behind it is?
Well, you're putting me on the spot because it was kind of late that night. Excuse me. I think, if I remember correctly, which doesn't always happen, we were just sitting there going through stuff and we said something and we're like, yep, we said it, or yep, I said it. And then we were like, oh, wait a minute. This could be it, because we do that a lot. We say things like, ooh, did I say that?
Then I looked at you, I was like, yep, we said it. This is yup all the time. So I was like, that's it. Yup, we said it.
It's perfect for us.
Yeah. It is. So who knows what we're going to say on these, but we're authentic and this is us. And hopefully we can share some fun and enlightenment to everybody's day.
With this, it's just being raw and real and being present. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I like the unscripted part because, sometimes, and I don't know how actresses and actors do it, but I don't know that I could remember all my lines, or even if I had lines to say, if I had a teleprompter, it's not going to come out right.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't remember to set my alarm. I'm not going to be able to remember something on a piece of paper.
I really thought you were going to be on time today, Monica.
I know. I'm
like, I guess I need to call you first thing in the morning too.
I'm blaming it on the rain. I'm blaming it on the rain because the house is like real dark and comfy.
And you're a night owl too. You stay up late.
Yeah, I got to work on that. That's the thing. You and I are the opposites with that, Elizabeth. You are Miss Sunshine in the morning, and I'm like, oh my gosh, give me my coffee. 5 hours after you've been up. And then at night, you're like sitting on the couch. And I'm like, well, let's go.
Monica wants to go hiking at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's her. That's what she would call fun.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go on an adventure. Who knows what will happen?
If I'm moving, I can stay awake. But the minute I sit down, it's over. Okay. Like a couple minutes, unless I'm scrolling, but sometimes I'll be scrolling through, social media and my phone will hit me and I'm like, well, it's time for bed.
Yep. I'm going to remember that when we go away in May. You got to help me, Maritza. I got to keep her butt up.
When she starts getting sleepy, we'll start moving. We'll get her moving.
Let's go. We got to do our nightly walk. Get your flashlights out in the woods. That'll be a whole other story. Probably have a ghost story out of that one.
You might want to leave me at home for that one. I'm a big chicken when it comes down to being out there in the dark. I'm a city girl. I can't do the whole wood.
What's more dangerous than being in the city?
The fact that I can see them coming. I can see them coming. I know it's danger. When you're in the woods, you don't know what's coming at you.
Yeah, but we have lots of stuff to see when we're out there. So
yeah,
I won't do, too much to you. You already said we couldn't stay in the yurt, which was that was half the fun there.
I've been rethinking that. I've been looking at some different ones, and I can see glamping is not as bad as I thought it was.
Yes. Yes, it is not the camping of 20, 30 years ago.
Yes, and that's what I experienced.
Yeah. Are you up for, you want to say to your Elizabeth?
As long
Do
as
you
I
know what
have a
it is?
toilet nearby, I'm good.
You have acres of toilet.
I guess
We're
listen.
good.
That's one thing I could say that yeah, a toilet needs to be near. I can have a whole conversation. I'm telling you, I'm
On
going to write a
that.
book called Shit Stories. Okay, that's going to be the title of the book. It's going to tell you about all these mishaps, all these experiences, because a girl's got to go to the bathroom.
Gotta go, you gotta go.
Gotta
That's
go.
right. We'll make sure you bring lots of, shove your pockets with lots of like toilet paper and tissues.
You remember the time that we had a girls' trip, and y'all laughed at me because I had some toilet paper in the car?
But
Oh boy! Weren't laughing when we ran out of the toilet paper and I needed to go get it.
Yeah, that car is like set up for everything.
Right now, there's not. Well, there's water in the car right now, but nothing else right
uh,
So what else? What else is going on?
why is this still beeping when I turned it off? That's very weird.
They want you to know they're trying to get a hold of you.
Ghost that I have up here. That's where that's coming from.
You know,
My
we have one at
goodness.
work.
Yeah.
So I'm laying in bed sleeping, and I'm on all the way to the left side against the window, but I'm on my side looking at the other wall, and I'm sleeping, and I wake up to, I swear to God, somebody tapped me. I'm thinking it's Maritza waking me up because I probably overslept. And I turn around and there was nobody there. I was like, ooh. I mean, I would have bet money on it that somebody physically tapped my, real just gentle, like, get up.
You know, I'm just gonna throw this out there and say you probably were oversleeping, and the ghost was like, "Hey, they're waiting for you."
Shin coming from Elizabeth over there. She sent her into me. Said, get her up.
Tell her to get up. We got things to do.
Places to go. But you experienced it twice, didn't you, Monica?
I did. I forget what this. I heard something the second time. And usually your house is so quiet. So, and I know it wasn't you guys, you know. Yeah, I forget what the heck the second one was, but that the first one, the touching part, I'll never forget that. But I was like, I've got company. I'm not up here alone.
So at work, we definitely have something going on there. The bathroom lights will go on and off. Handbags will come off the shelves. The mess that if we're on the computer, we don't have control of the mouse. Then
Right.
yesterday I was there and ringer silence on the iPad kept coming up, and we're like, "Do you want us to turn the music off? Like, what does ringer silent mean?"
Okay,
It's
yeah.
funny.
That is funny.
Okay.
I'm present. I'm here.
Pay attention to me. This stupid little thing popped into my head. Like, I wasn't bad when I was younger, but we were a little mischievous. And I had a friend who was at my house, and up the hill from us, a new family had moved in, and they had, I can think of 3 girls, one my age and 2 older. And they were, to me and my friend, they were like odd. And I think we had never really had interaction with a family like theirs. They were southern, polite, like quiet, And my friend and I decided we're gonna bring them a treat to welcome them. So we get out the big old Tupperware and we start throwing. We're like, what the heck did we have? Like a fruit cocktail. We're like going to the cabinet, putting all the stuff in. And then we take like mayonnaise and we're like
Oh,
throwing all this stuff, purposely being nasty. Not that we thought this was going to taste good. So we get our Tupperware together and we walk up the street and we give it to them. Welcome, here you go. Here. And my friend and I are like, oh, think we're all funny and stuff. And then the next day, the father brings me the Tupperware and says, thank you, it was very good. and hands it to us, knowing we were busted. He was just playing along with, oh, thank you, it was delicious, it was so nice of you. And my friend and I were like, oh, the dad busted us. But just stupid stuff. That same house, when I was, my sister's 7 years older than me, and that same house nobody lived in for years. It was before these people moved in, and the grass was real high. It was kind of spooky looking. And my sister and her friends, for whatever reason, were going up there to like sneak around. If she was probably like 13, I was probably like 6. So I'm like, I got to tag along with them. So I tag along, and we're walking through like the grass, and bright daylight out, and we're sneaking. Nobody driving by can see us. So we're sneaking. The next thing you know, the one girl, her uncle, was behind it with like a Dracula outfit. And he comes running from around the side. We're like, what? We all screamed, and they ran, and I fell, and they all left me. So, like, stupid little things like this, I think, scarred me along the way to make me the wacko that I am today. But, stupid little stories. Mine was never really anything. Like I said, I'm an open book. I'm pretty much, there's probably only like 1 or 2 things that I haven't told people, and that nah.
See,
So, yeah, I can't keep my mouth shut. That's the problem. It's like, well, you shouldn't have said that. But, yup, I said it. What about you, Elizabeth?
The only thing that comes to mind right now is that, like, when I was younger, I guess I didn't realize it, but like I had trouble with reading, and so I was like behind a book or something like that, and then maybe even in math too. But when I was in middle school, I ended up excelling really fast. I seen somebody else doing algebra, and I'm like, well, I want to learn algebra. And I ended up like taking French and, just excelling, being an honor student. So, I mean, just because somebody has like a little bit of a delay start with like reading and even math, doesn't mean that it's always going to be that way. I think that if a kid sees someone else doing something and they're like, well, I'm interested in that, and they're allowed to experiment with like the new maths and stuff like that, that they really can excel. By the time I made it to high school, I was an honor student there too. So yeah, I think that's the only thing that I can think of right now. That, yeah, know me now, you wouldn't think that I had any issues with reading.
No, I think you're very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
You know a lot about a lot. Like Maritza, you too. That's why I don't know why you bring this ding dong along with you two, because you two are so smart. I'm the comic relief. That's what it is.
Well, we have to have a comic in here somewhere, right? Can't be serious all the time.
That's right. No, I never would have known that.
Me neither.
I don't think anybody knows that really. I mean, like my parents might know, my sister might know, but it's not anything that anybody has ever really talked about. I don't think anybody else knows until now.
Now everybody's gonna know. We're here being a brat, and Elizabeth is like, "Oh, I'm going to learn. I'm learning today."
Yeah, I don't know.
That's funny.
Well, stick with us, kid. We'll teach you some things.
Yeah, we'll show you the ropes.
Right?
Poor Elizabeth.
Well, ladies, I'm excited about our new venture, and I can't wait to see where this takes us.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have fun, and that's my main purpose.
Me too.
Don't take things so seriously.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You need to have an outlet.
So
Right.
if anybody wants to have questions for us, or maybe topics you'd like us to discuss, or we're up to traveling, if you want us, hey, go check out this hotel or this, island or whatever, drop it in the chat, because we want to, kind of do reviews, kind of like just our experiences when we go to places. So feel free.
Yeah, definitely. All right, ladies.
Remember, yep, we said it.